Hello, I'm Peter Tilton. For a while now, I've been a huge fan of video games, and amongst them, these are two of my favorites. Those being Fire Emblem Three Houses and Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes. I figure, why not combine the two? You know. With that being said, and I would like to present to you a hypothetical fifth route in Fire Emblem Three Houses I like to call Rainbow Sun. It should be noted that all the art does not belong to me, but I will give credit where credit is due. And also shout outs to all the great voice actors whom I hope will bring this fifth route to light. 8. Including the return of Tara Platt, who you all know is Edelgard, and who should be Greenheart again. Chris Hackney, who is Prince Dimitri, and Joe Zizia, who is Claude. Including the late Billy Kametz, who died of colon cancer. We're sorry for the loss. And he will be missed. Anyways, let's get started. First, the prerequisites. It should be noted that you would need at least that you would have to have completed the Black Eagle's Crimson Flower route, one playthrough of Silver Snow, one playthrough of the Blue Lion's Azure Gleam route, Azure Moon route, and one playthrough of the Golden Deer's Verdant Wind route, which I'm currently on. Now, to access this route, you would need to go through the Black Eagle story up to its chapter 11. At the end of chapter 11, Rhea orders us to kill Edelgard. And normally we would be presented with the option of either killing Edelgard or protecting Edelgard. But what if there was a third option? That's where my hypothetical Rainbow Sun route comes in which there's a third option to try and appease Rhea. In which case, we will then take out the dagger on our belt, cut open our chest, and remembering Geralt's words about us having no heartbeat, dig in, feel around for the crest stone near our heart, and then yank it out. Thus causing losing our heart to ooze out a small pool of blood. And thus cause us to cough up blood as well. I say our because, as you all know, Byleth can be either male or female. So, the cut made, it is also affected by their gender. Now, male Byleth would cut open his chest horizontally, like so, whereas not to damage those tracts of land, female Byleth's chest will be opened up vertically, like so. We then put the crest stone back in the hilt of the sword of the creator. And that's where we give Rhea a choice. Spare Edelgard and she can have the sword of the creator back. But if she thinks for a second about killing her, then Byleth will have no choice but to smash the sword of the creator into dust. Rhea is obviously not happy about either choice. However, our threats don't hold water, and we don't last much longer, as we collapse onto the ground due to blood. As we fall to the ground due to bloodlust. I would say collapse, but that would Making us fall face down, and who knows what kind of germs would get in Violet's blood system. As such, Edelgard then picks up the sword of the creator, and Rhea demands her to put it down. Oh no, she doesn't know how to handle it. But Edelgard reveals that she knows how to handle it better than the professor can. As she reveals that she too has a crest of flames. Where did you get that crest? It doesn't matter. Because I use this very crest to kill you. In which case, Rhea and Edelgard get into a sword fight. With Rhea clearly having the upper hand until Edelgard throws some dirt into Rhea's eyes and kicks her down onto the ground and pins her down. Planning to plunge the sword into Rhea's heart. But before the sword or its tip even connects to Rhea's flesh, who should appear but Volkard von Arundel, who binds Edelgard with magic designed to look like chains, and pulls her away from Rhea. I'm very disappointed in you, young lady. Your first act as emperor, and this is what you do? Disgraceful. With that, Volkard places a sleep spell on Edelgard and has his contingent of mages restrain Hubert and the other Black Eagles. One mage takes Edelgard away to a solitary cell. While he orders the playable Black Eagle students to return to their homelands. But since Hubert and Dorothea don't exactly have homelands, Hubert is taken to Volkard's manor under house arrest. Ferdinand returns to Eyre territory. Linhart returns to Hevering territory. Caspar to Burgley's territory. Bernadetta to Varley territory. And Petra to Brigid. While Dorothea is taken to Enbar. Volkard also announces that to make up for this, a trial will be held for an execution will be held for Edelgard at the end of the next month. In which case, it is to take place at the end of the Lone Moon month. Volkard also orders a couple of his mages to keep the Sword of the Creator in a special case so that it could be used as evidence for Edelgard's execution. And Rhea insists that no such action be acquired. But Volkard refuses, saying that this is an Empire problem and it should remain as such unless the Church of Saros wishes to go to war with the Adrestian Empire. Oh, one more thing. In an even bigger kick to the nads, Volkard also orders all heroes' relics acquired up to this point to be confiscated. These would include Felix's and Ingrid's and Sylvain's heroes' relics, Lawrence's heroes' relic, and that would be it. Also, Volkard would order all Adrestian Empire students to return to their homes as he is personally pulling them all out of the Officers' Academy, and orders the playable Black Eagles rooms to be boarded up along with their classroom. Credits go out to the artist. Anyway, Manuela and Flane then take the professor's body all the way to the infirmary, while Rhea looks in utter disgust as to what happened. And it should also be pointed out that we also lose all the Blue Lion students we recruited. That would mean that Felix, Ash, Sylvain, Mercedes, Annette, and Ingrid go back to the Blue Lion house under Dimitri and Dedu. And we also lose the Golden Deer students, meaning that there's no more Lorenz, Raphael, Ignatz, Lysithia, Hilda, and Leonie. Both students' factions tell them about what happened with Edelgard, where Dimitri becomes completely unhinged and tries to find Edelgard to try and kill her, only for him to be stopped by Volkard, who tells him that there will be a personal executioner of his that will do the job, as the prince should not stain his hands with her blood. As for Claude, well, even though he is glad to have his students back in his house, he feels that something could be a little off. In which case, it's Lysithia who tells Claude about what happened in the Holy Tomb and reveals to him her dark secret. Thus, ending the chapter. If you'd like to know... This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning of the Golden Sun route. So I'll post another video soon after, telling you all the gameplay mechanics about the story beats and gameplay mechanics of the Golden Sun route. This is Peter Tilton signing off.